If I got laid off, should I hide it from my next employer?
You should not. If I were to find out that you lie, it means that you have actually breached the value of integrity. You will not get the job. I'm a HR professional and I want to share some things that you might not know about layoffs. Layoff is a cost-cutting exercise. Now, before a last result of layoff happen, company typically start with stage 1, removing expensive snack or drinks from the pantry, takeaway ice cream, beer, wine, expensive soft drinks. The next stage will be stopping you from doing any business travel and do all meetings on Zoom. Further down the stage will be having no hirings, absolutely no hiring. The ultimate red flag is small scale team level layoff. When it comes to saving costs, right, one of the ways is to do a smaller scale layoff by laying off manager because they find that there are too many managers in the company. So if you were to notice that, today you see this manager, the next day you don't see this manager, and you look across the companies and other departments, there are also other managers that are gone. Sometimes company wouldn't tell you it's a layoff. It could be said that colleagues left for personal reasons because it's small scale. It's not easy to be picked up by the public. I wouldn't say that the company is trying to go below the radar, but truly because the scale of layoff is small enough that it doesn't get picked up.
This kind of small-scale layoff, is it something that's accepted?
It's the right thing to do. Any responsible company, they will first start with a smaller scale layoff, hoping to meet the cost-cutting target. It's only if the cost-cutting target is not achieved by the small-scale layoff, then they have to go for a larger scale. When a layoff decision is made by the management, a number will be calculated in terms of how much will be the cost-saving target. So with the numbers that HR is given, for a smaller size company, it could be like 1 million, of a MNC, hundreds of millions. The question that HR will typically ask is, how long do we have to meet the number? It could be as short as 1 month. So with the 1 million target, as example, the strategy will start out with looking at which department that we need to eliminate. It could be that a certain department is no longer doing well in the market. So everyone who are doing sales in that department will have to be eliminated. And every back office like finance, HR, the admin that's supporting the department, all the job will be eliminated, which may save you 250,000 of the 1 million. Next will be to look into which are the departments we can actually lower the cost of operation by moving that from one location, like Singapore, to a lower cost country, which could be another 250,000. You don't actually look at the individual performance, it's all about the math.
Is it a misconception that companies consider individual things like years of employment, experience, age, life stage?
In no way should decision be made on age, on gender, because at the end of the day, layoff should be about what job, not which people should we remove. Before a layoff is decided, a company will look into what are the cost-cutting measures they can do. Apart from what I mentioned about the pantry, travel, some of the common practice also about shortening work hours, or instead of coming to work 5 days a week, you only need to work 4 days a week.
But are these tactics intended to pressure people to resign on their own?
I wouldn't say that is to pressure, but because every employee will have their view about all this measure, they may decide to go along with the company's plan. Some individual or employee may not agree it's right. They can choose to walk out, which is fairly common. There are people who really understand what the company is going through, but then there are also people who simply don't like the practice, right? That will also trigger resignation. Feel very bad to break that news. You cannot tell them that your job will be impacted before that notification meeting. You can only tell them in that meeting. And when they look into your eyes, hey, we are friends, we're close friends, I thought I can trust you, it's really an air of betrayals could be felt. Now, I don't feel guilty because I'm not going to leave them alone. I'm not going to say just bye-bye and wash my hand off. I know that I'm going to be supporting them and ensuring that they will be supported in the transition. You have to let the employee know that the job is going away and it's absolutely nothing to do with who they are. Some HR was not able to do it well. They left it open. When the employee that were impacted say that, why me? They either didn't answer or they say, please, can you don't ask that anymore? It made the person think it is something wrong about me. They were just crushed. Interviewers nowadays are quite well networked and connected. They know about companies that had layoff. You came from that companies, you interview with them, and you are not telling them. They found out, then they will say, you're hiding that from me. What else are you hiding from me?
Is it really that serious?
It is. So what I typically do, knowing that job were impacted by a certain company, and when I interview you, I will ask, were you impacted in the layoff? And if you explicitly say that no, and I know it's a yes, then to me that you are lying. And lying means integrity issue. And the job cannot be given to somebody who intentionally, explicitly lied. You may be afraid that people think that you're lousy, or you're just bad workers, or you are just lazy. But that's not the truth. If you say yes to be known that you will lay off, to the rest of the companies in the network, there were companies who need to employ people, immediately know that these are candidates that they can tap into. Be confident about yourself.